Why old people wake up at 3 a.m. Do not ignore. Have you ever looked at the clock in the middle of the night and seen that familiar number, 3 a.m.? You didn't wake up because of an emergency, no strange noise woke you up, and no nightmare. You just woke up. And then, no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get back to sleep. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many people over 60 tell me that they wake up around that time every night, almost as if their internal biological alarm clock was going off. But what's really going on in our bodies at that time? Is it just a sign of aging, or is there something else telling us? I invite you to join me for a gentle and intimate conversation, not about illness or anxiety, but about listening to your body and understanding the subtle signals it's trying to send us. Because sometimes, just changing a small habit or looking at things from a different perspective can help us get back to deep sleep and feel more alert and energized every morning. One of the most common reasons why older people wake up at this time is a natural change in their circadian rhythm, also known as the internal biological clock. When we are young, this clock is programmed to help you maintain a long period of deep sleep. But as we age, that clock starts to adjust, waking up earlier, going to bed earlier, and sometimes waking up in the middle of the night is part of the new normal. However, not everyone adapts well to this change. Many people feel anxious when they wake up, and that anxiety makes it even harder for them to fall asleep again. A cycle begins to form. The more anxious you are, the more you lose sleep, and the more you lose sleep, the more exhausted you become, making you tired and unmotivated the next day. I have a friend named Carol, 67, who told me that she regularly wakes up at 3:15 a.m. At first, she thought it was just a small thing. But gradually, she felt sluggish all day, no longer interested in going for a morning walk, and was irritable with her husband, something that rarely happened before. After a long conversation, we discovered something important. The blue light from the tablet she used to read the news before going to bed may be tricking her brain into thinking it was still daytime. Since she switched to reading paper books and keeping the night light very dim, the miracle happened. The 3 a.m. wake-ups have become less frequent, and the joy of the day has gradually returned. That's what I want to share with you. Waking up in the middle of the night is not your fault, nor is it a sure sign of a serious problem. It's a gentle reminder from the body that something needs tweaking, caring for, and sometimes, just a small change can make a big difference. Another factor that's often overlooked is our minds. As life slows down in retirement, our minds often have more time to wander. Worries about health, finances, loved ones, or the past can all creep into our sleep. And because the mind doesn't differentiate between day and night, those thoughts are more likely to visit you at 3 a.m., when everything is quietest, and there's nothing to distract you. I've spoken to hundreds of seniors, from former teachers to gardeners to artists, and there's a striking similarity. Those who sleep better have something to focus on each day. It could be a morning journal routine, a few thank you notes at the end of the day, or even a little idea for tomorrow's meal. It's the little things that quiet the inner voice, help you fall asleep more easily, and keep you there longer. So what's really going on with your 3 a.m. sleep? It could be part of the normal aging process, a sign that your life rhythm needs adjusting, or it could simply be a quiet message from your mind that needs to be heard. With a better understanding of these reasons, we can start to rebuild a sleep environment and routine that works for us, not to return to our youth, but to enjoy quality sleep in our own adult way. Now that we've gotten through the first door, understanding why we wake up in the middle of the night, let's move on to explore the deeper causes that many people don't think about, and how they silently affect your health every day. Sleep is more than just going to bed and closing your eyes. It's a delicate symphony of hormones, liver function, heart rate, breathing, and even your mental state. And when you find yourself waking up at 3 a.m., it may not just be your anxious mind or a shift in your body clock. Sometimes, your inner body, quietly but busily, is sending out signals that need attention. Did you know that around 3 a.m., your liver is at its most active? In traditional Eastern medicine, the hours between 1 and 3 a.m. are liver hours, when the liver purifies the blood and processes toxins that have accumulated during the day. Whether you believe this or not, it's worth noting that if your liver is overworked, due to diet, medications, or metabolic disorders, it can affect the quality of your sleep. I remember a 71-year-old man named Paul telling me at a meeting, "I wake up at 3 a.m. like someone is knocking on my liver door." We laughed, but then he added that he usually eats dinner quite late and sometimes drinks a little red wine before bed, a seemingly harmless habit that is actually making his body work hard in the middle of the night. When he tried eating dinner 2 hours earlier and not drinking alcohol, something strange happened. The 3 a.m. wake-ups started to become less frequent. He fell back asleep easily, and most importantly, he felt more alert when he woke up in the morning. Then there is another factor that is often overlooked: blood sugar. In older people, blood sugar control is no longer as effective as when they were younger. If your dinner is too starchy or sweet, or if you take diabetes medication, your body can fall into a state of low blood sugar at night, one of the common causes of sudden awakenings. Your body responds by releasing cortisol and adrenaline, two alarm hormones that make your heart race, your brain jump up, and you wake up without knowing why. It's easy to blame old age, but there are actually many factors in your daily routine that can be tweaked to help you get a full night's sleep. For example, instead of having a heavy dinner, try eating a light meal and adding some quality protein, like a few slices of hard-boiled eggs or a handful of walnuts, which can help stabilize blood sugar throughout the night. Or if you're taking medication in the evening, ask your doctor if the timing of your medication can be adjusted, as some, especially diuretics or blood pressure medications, can disrupt sleep if taken too late. We can't forget about another silent culprit: caffeine. Many people think that just not drinking coffee after 5 p.m. is enough. But as you get older, your body metabolizes caffeine much more slowly. A cup of black tea or coffee at noon can also leave traces in the blood until late at night, making it difficult for you to fall into a deep sleep or wake up earlier than usual. Another common cause of waking up at 3 a.m. that few people realize is sleep apnea. This is a condition in which the airway is slightly blocked during sleep, causing your brain to suddenly wake up to breathe normally again. Sometimes, you don't even realize your apnea, only find yourself waking up suddenly with a rapid heartbeat or sweating. If you snore or feel tired and lacking energy despite getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, don't dismiss this possibility. There are many gentle and effective treatments, sometimes just adjusting your sleeping position or using a simple support machine to help you get a deeper, more uninterrupted sleep. I know, you may be a little overwhelmed by this: liver, blood sugar, caffeine, medications, sleep apnea. But I'm not telling you this to scare you. On the contrary, I want you to understand, when you wake up at 3 a.m., it doesn't mean your body is broken. It's just trying to talk to you, in its own language. And the best part is, you can listen to it, make small adjustments, and see the changes come gradually. When I talk to many seniors about sleep, I always share this: sleep is not something you have to fight for. It is the result of a harmonious day. The changes you make during the day, no matter how small, will affect the quality of your sleep that night. And in turn, a good night's sleep will bring you a lighter, more clear-headed day. But there's something else I want to explore with you: the role of emotions, connections, and mental habits before bed. Something that many people overlook, but has a powerful impact on how well you sleep. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, not because of noise or light, but because a certain train of thought just wouldn't go away? Maybe it was a distant memory, a health concern, or simply an indescribable feeling of emptiness, as if your mind was silently calling out to something you haven't touched in a long time. As we age, we begin to experience changes that are not only physical, but also mental and emotional. Friends drift away. Children grow up and become busy. The feeling of "have I done enough?" begins to set in. And it's no coincidence that all of these thoughts often choose 3 a.m. to appear, when the night is quietest, when people are most likely to listen to themselves. Science has proven that emotions like anxiety, loneliness, or even a sense of purposelessness can disrupt the deep sleep cycle. When you go to bed with an unfinished state of mind, your brain continues to process, and at the quietest time of the night, 3 a.m., it will wake you up, as if to say, "Hey, there's one more thing, don't forget it." So what should we do when that happens? It's not about getting up to turn on the lights, scrolling through your phone, or forcing yourself to go back to sleep. Try this. Instead of fighting the urge to wake up, sit up gently, take a deep breath, and write down any thoughts that pop into your head. You don't have to solve them right away. Just listen to them. When you write something down, your mind will be less holding on to it, and maybe, just 10 minutes like that, you will find yourself relaxing and falling back to sleep more easily. Or if you don't like writing, try sitting in the quiet darkness, placing your hand on your chest and just feeling each breath. Sometimes, just a moment of acceptance and gentleness with yourself like that, you will see the magic happen, sleepiness returns, without forcing it. Another thing that is no less important, connection. Many older people live alone, and although they are used to the quiet, deep inside there is still an unnamed void. The feeling of having no one to share with, to laugh with, to say a few simple words like "what a beautiful day today," that silently affects mental health and sleep. If you feel like you are lacking connection, don't hesitate to open up. It could be joining a morning walking group, an art class, singing lessons, or simply calling an old friend every week. Social interaction doesn't have to be loud or complicated. Sometimes, just knowing that someone is willing to listen to you is enough to make your sleep deeper and more peaceful. You see, sleep comes not only from a healthy body, but also from a peaceful mind and a warm heart. So, if you wake up at 3 a.m. again tonight, don't worry or blame yourself. Take it as an opportunity to listen to yourself, your body, your emotions, your thoughts. And most importantly, trust that, if you just spend a little time, a little love on yourself every day, good sleep will return like an old friend, quietly, but reliably. Before I close, I want you to remember this. Small changes, when done consistently and with confidence, make a big difference. You don't have to be perfect right away. Just start, with a lighter dinner, a cup of herbal tea, a little handwriting, or a minute of listening to your breathing before bed. If you have had any experiences waking up at 3 a.m., whether they were sad, anxious, or simply, surprisingly peaceful, please share them with me in the comments. I look forward to reading and connecting with you. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more relevant, practical content for your daily healthy living journey. Thanks for taking the time to listen. I hope you sleep better and deeper tonight, and wake up tomorrow morning with a lighter mind.